Yes, yes, thank you. That's no, I'll speak to my supervisor immediately. Thank you. That's okay. Yeah, I agree. It's of course unacceptable. Okay, I'll report that to my supervisor. Okay, thank you. You have a good day. Good God. Hello, welcome. How can I help you? Hello. Well, you can certainly help me. No, what? Sorry, I'm a bit out of it. I've had a rough day. Apologies. Yeah, some customers are beyond the belief of a rational mind, shall we say. Well, how do I put this? She was the equivalent of someone sticking a fork in a toaster while it's on, while there's nothing else in the toaster, being electrocuted, and then complaining that electricity exists. Yeah, that bad. I would prefer not to talk about it as much as... Anyway, sorry, how can I help you? What were you looking to not annoy me about, please, today? Oh, interesting. You want to buy a microphone? Huh. Coincidence? Oh, well, I just bought a microphone. A shiny new microphone. If you're subscribed to my wonderful channel, you would hear it. My channel's not. It's just a little kind of narration channel, I guess. Over 7,000 subscribers at the moment, though. I'm hoping to break into the 10 million group by the end of the month. I think there's a chance. No, but I'm happy with it. I'm getting to do something I really enjoy. As I say, I got this shiny new microphone, which should be fun to record with, and yeah, it's nice. But this isn't about me, of course. So were you looking for what? USB, XLR, dynamic condenser, what? You're looking for one to speak into. May I suppose that you have not researched the topic too heavily at this point? Yeah, well, I think if you had, you would have known the terms I just threw out. It's fine, it doesn't matter. I'll help you out. That's the job, of course. Okay, so what are you using the mic for? Oh, interesting. Okay. So, in that case, you're probably going to want something kind of quite broadcasty, for... Yeah, like something like they might use on a radio station or that sort of thing. In which case, my next question is going to be the classic. And it's not because I want to be a salesman, it's because there are different price points. So what is your budget? You just want the best thing you can buy. Okay. Well, it depends how you want to look at it. If you want the best... So there's different types of microphone, right? A lot of different types. But for your case, we're going to say there is the dynamic microphone, which is, kind of more mature, if you think, version of like a stage mic. So it's a little bit more open to being kind of battered around. If you're not going to be taking, super pristine care of it, it's very, reliable, robust. You can buy one of these things, it'll last you years and years and years, and you shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Yeah, and then there's things you have to be a little bit more careful with. Like, you can think of it like studio microphones, which are condenser microphones, and they need a sound-treated room. They need people with good microphone technique, that sort of thing. Well, yeah, there's maybe, hey, you can get studio mics that are not that expensive. I mean, my microphone... the Lewitt 440 Pure, the one I'm using in my new videos, that mic is about half the price of the highest end dynamic microphones. But it gives, in my opinion, I like the sound of it more for what I do. Because the broadcast mics are good at being broadcast mics, but they're not as good for, I want to go really close to a microphone and talk very softly into it and have it both have a nice, kind of rich low end, but also capture all the high end detail, all the little, mouth sounds or whatever. Basically, I want it to be like I'm whispering in the person's ear. And that's something that my viewers said they really, really like. So, yeah, so it's really something that was important to me to find the right microphone. So I don't have a super deep voice. And this is a big thing, is like what kind of voice you have kind of determines what kind of microphone is going to fit you best. And for me, I don't have a super deep voice, but if you're doing what I do, where you're engaging what's called the proximity effect, basically if you're really close to a mic, it gets more bassy, unless it's been designed specifically to not do that. So if you're using the proximity effect, that's essentially what your kind of late night Radio Love DJ does, is get really on top of the microphone and speak from very low and tonight on Radio Love. Or, there's also the kind of voiceovers for movie trailers and that kind of thing. They could also do the same sort of thing, right? If they want to. But the point is that that's a different type of microphone, it's a different type of work. For what you're saying, I think dynamic microphone, broadcast microphone is going to be the way to go. So, you can go all the way from something like Behringer XM 8500 is $20. Obviously, it's not the greatest mic in the world, but for the price point, it's going to do a job, it's going to get you started, And you can go from there all the way up to the best in class kind of stuff that you're going to find in radio stations around the world. There's 3 mics I would put in there right now, which are Shure SM7B, Electrovoice RE20, and the Earthworks Ethos. The Ethos is actually one I tried. It's a lovely microphone, just it wasn't right for me. And, what? Why are you laughing? I'm cute when I'm nerdy. To be honest, I'm just cute. But anyway, back to the point. Why, yes, I am confident in myself. I have every right to be. Don't you think? Microphones are what we're here to talk about. So, in terms of your voice, broadcast microphone, the Ethos is maybe the most kind of flat sounding, which is to say, natural sounding. The RE20 has the kind of highest sound. If you compress it, it's very recognizably used in America specifically. A lot of radio stations use that microphone, but also probably the most used mic around the world for that kind of purpose. A lot of streamers use it. A lot of Pro Football Talk, which is a kind of well-known podcast, uses it. The Shure SM7B, and that microphone can do a really good job at being kind of very smooth, very easy to listen to for a long period of time. I think, what's the mental dude who always talks about DMT? Joe Rogan, yeah, that guy uses SM7B as well, I think. So that microphone is also very heavily used. The Ethos is the newcomer, really, from Earthworks, who used to make basically microphones for capturing, background sounds and really high detail, if you want to make something sound like a real city street in a film, you would use Earthworks Ethos mics to capture the background noises and all that kind of stuff. I think I said Earthworks Ethos mics, I just mean Earthworks mics in general. Point is, they came in from that sphere and started making broadcast microphones and streamer microphones and stuff like that. Those are 3 big contenders at a higher price point, although for all of them you also need a audio box, an audio interface. Focusrite Scarlett would do, and I could throw that in for you if you don't already have one. It's not very hard to use. You plug it into your USB, you plug the microphone into it, and with some other simple steps, that's basically it. But you need one of these things to make them work. The Shure SM7B is theoretically cheaper than the other two, but you also have to buy a cloud lifter with it to make the damn thing work. So in the end, it's not really much of a price difference if you want to go for the high-end stuff. What would I recommend? For your voice, I think a dark microphone would sound quite nice. So I would say Shure SM7B. I think it would just work really well to be nice and smooth and really, really easy to listen to. Like myself. You want to go for that? Wow. You're just trusting my judgment that implicitly, huh? I sound like I know what I'm talking about? I wish I agreed. No, I've to be fair, because I bought my own new shiny microphone, I spent a lot of time recently looking at all sorts of different mics, listening to on different voices, and I think starting to realise that the biggest thing that's going to determine whether you like a mic or not is your voice plus the characteristics of the microphone. As I say, for your voice, I think SM7B is going to be really, really nice, just smooth, easy to listen to, enough low end to give you kind of presence and that sort of thing. If you really want to push the low end, you can get on top of the thing, meaning talk really close to it. Maybe later you can get on top of it. So yeah, if you are ready for that, I can get you Cloud Lifter, SM7B and a Focusrite Scarlett as a package deal, if you like. I mean, the microphones themselves, those three I mentioned, if you add in the Cloud Lifter, they're going to come to around $500. Focusrite is going to be $100. Hey, this is professional gear, you know, this is to give you the best possible sound for the kind of microphone you're going for and the kind of recording environment you're recording in. That's the realities of life. I tell you what, if we bundle the SM7B, Cloud Lifter and Scarlett Audio Focusrite 212, we'll say, right now I can give you, with a friends and family discount, the store comes to $480, and I wish you very good luck finding a better price than that for the bundle. Friends and family discount, yeah, employee discount, whatever you want to call it. Why? Because you're going to buy me a drink tonight to compensate and to celebrate your wonderful new microphone purchase. And then after a few dates, I'll be able to help you set it up and show you how the compression and stuff like that and whatever post-processing you're using works, and you basically get a whole studio setting for free. And all you need to do is go on the dates with me that you want to go on anyway. Am I wrong? I'm going to take the slight blushing, stubborn silence and refusal to look directly at me as a sign that I am not wrong. As foolish and presumptive as that may be of me. But from this point, I'm gonna go and get those items ready for you. And then I'll write on the box the bar we should meet at this evening. Sound like a fair deal?